In this video, we'll see how to install the Kitway Video Door Station Kit for 1 of 2 ways along with the door lock. Before starting with the installation, we must consider the maximum wiring distances supported by the kit. Below are the distances that must be respected according to the cable section. For more types of cable, see the table of sections in instructions. We'll run the wiring from the power supply, passing the cables to both the panel and door opener, as well as to the monitor, which is located inside the house. Once inside the house, and after making the adjustments on the wall, we'll fix the connector of the monitor by means of the enclosed screws. Take into account the height at which you place the connector, as the monitor will be fixed to it. Then we'll go outside to the street to fix with the screws the support of the panel at the recommended height. With both of the supports fixed, you can now make the connections between the devices. We will start with the wiring of the monitor. We find different connectors at the back. We'll screw 2 cables to the buses and connect them to the IM bus terminal strip of the power supply. If we have a push button on the door of the same house, we can wire this button to the G&D and bell terminals. Pressing it will cause the monitor to emit a different sound and function as the doorbell for the house. Once the wiring is done, we'll proceed to fix the monitor to its support until we hear a click. Now we'll go outside to the panel of the street and connect the 2 wires coming from the DS bus of the power supply. The normally open, normal closed auxiliary relay connection and communication will be used in case of having an automatic door or a second door. The PL and S Plus terminals will be used if there is an exit button to open the door when leaving. Next, we will proceed with the connection of the door opener. If you need to add a door opener to your installation, we recommend using the door opener with reference 29588, as it is a 12V DC low consumption model. Alternatively, you can use any 12V DC door opener whose maximum consumption does not exceed 250 mA. It is important to use varistors for the protection of your installation. Connect the cables between the panel and the door opener using the S+, S-, and G&D terminals. Connect one of the varistors to the panel and the other directly to the door opener. If you have chosen a high-consumption door opener, that is, 12V DC and above 250 mA, or between 12 and 24V AC, we will use the COM and NOES terminals. We will also add an additional power supply for the consumption of the installed door opener. If we consider it necessary, we can configure the relay connection as normally open or normal closed by changing the position of jumper J1, which is set to normally open by default. Finally, if we add a second panel to the kit, we can configure it by changing the position of jumper J2, moving it to the left and center pins, indicating that it is the second panel. If an additional camera is available, we will connect it to the S- G&D and CCTV terminals. This camera must have its own specific power supply. Once the wiring of the panel is completed, we will proceed to secure the panel to the support and add the corresponding anti-vandal torque screw at the bottom for fixation. Finally, we'll wire the power outlet to the power supply to power the installation. This completes the installation of the one-way kit. Now, let's move on to how to install the two-way kit. For this installation, we'll follow the one-way installation diagram. The difference is that we'll now need a distributor with reference 1529, which is included in our kit. Once the panel connection is made, we'll connect a cable from the IM bus of the power supply to the distributor. From the other connection of the distributor, we'll connect 2 cables to the buses of each monitor, either in a cascade or star configuration. If there is a button on the door of the house, we'll wire it to the G&D and bell inputs of the monitor corresponding to its house. This concludes the installation of the Kitway for both kits. Thank you for your attention and see you next time!